Well, the community is coming together in the wake of a 10-year-old boy's death in Harlem, a man now facing charges. New York One's Angie Gonzalez is on the scene live from Harlem with more for us. Angie?
Yeah, Louis, the details of this case, really hard to hear, really hard to comprehend, frankly. But the people in this neighborhood are wondering if there's anything that could have been done in order to prevent this from happening. They're just wondering if there's anything that they can do also to keep it from happening again.
This is my candle that I brought for little Aiden. I wrote on it, rest in peace, Aiden, and protect your kids.
42-year-old Johnny Evans came to the St. Nicholas houses, not far away from his own Harlem home, to honor the memory of Aiden Wolf. The apartment building is still a crime scene, days after police say the 10-year-old boy was murdered. Evans says he felt compelled to come because he has a 9-year-old son, also named Johnny, and he worries about his safety. He's asked the city's administration for children's services for help several times over the past 6 years. He says the coronavirus pandemic has complicated getting that help.
They say, the courts say, oh, we're not hearing these types of cases right now. I feel helpless.
While police say they had no prior 911 calls to the victim's apartment in the St. Nicholas houses that would indicate prior child abuse, NYPD Acting Chief of Department Rodney Harrison said Wolf's mother had been investigated by ACS after Aiden's birth for child neglect and said Aiden died from fatal child abuse syndrome, a condition characterized by repeated episodes of physical assault or neglect.
The victim was found with extensive bruising to his face, his extremities, and all over the body. Some injuries were old, but others were recent.
Police have arrested and charged Ryan Cato with Wolf's murder. The 34-year-old, who's been described as Aiden's stepfather, but may legally only be his mother's boyfriend, has an extensive criminal history that includes arrests for gun possession, robbery, and assault. The assault case led to its own ACS investigation.
His last arrest is in December in Brooklyn, where he assaulted the mother of his children in their presence.
People who live in the St. Nicholas houses and in the neighborhood say everyone needs to be more vigilant.
Did they have visitors, family come around? No one sees this child?
We just have to be more attentive and, talk to each other.
A police source says investigations by the NYPD's child abuse squads in all 5 boroughs have plummeted amid the pandemic. Numbers consistent with statistics from the Administration for Children's Services, which found a 21% decrease in reports between 2020 and 2019. Some have connected the drop with remote learning and the absence of in-person contact with teachers or adults who can recognize abuse. Officials with New York City's Department of Education tell New York One they have no record of a student by the name of Aiden Wolf enrolled in New York City schools. And Louis, there is a family-run GoFundMe page that is seeking contributions in order to pay for funeral expenses. If you're interested in contributing, all you have to do is go to GoFundMe and search for Aiden Wolf Funeral Fundraiser. That's the very latest from Harlem. Angie Gonzalez, New York One. Louis, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Angie.